Alright, y'all, we here with another exclusive for the Untouchable Infamous Mag. We're here with Rame today. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, the comeback that he's been doing lately, and you know, just about Graph in general. So we're going to go ahead and start off with that right now. And here we go. So first off, I want to thank you. Let you know, thanks for taking the time out to come do the interview with us. I really appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? I see you doing well, that's all good. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. First question is background question. Basically, how did you get down with Graph? Who were you down with at first? How did you get down with KMD? A little bit of a backstory on yourself. Go ahead and let everybody know.
Well, basically, like, I used to hustle on AIM with Smalling or whatever, AIM Willard, you know what I mean? Before, that whole KMD movement got real big. So I wasn't really all into Graph, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was all about hustling or whatever. And, KMD always hung on AIM with Smalling. I always fuck with Scrap. The first nigga that I fucked with from KMD was Sizer, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to Sizer. So, I used to always hang with Sizer, hang with XR, and at that time, KMD was the hottest shit out. Everybody in their motherfucking mind wanted to be down with KMD. So, I always hung around the squad, so I kind of I kind of just stepped in there, and, by hanging around them all the time, by them being my mans in them, and, by Scrap teaching me how to write, then I just became part of the squad. That's how I got down with the squad. So it wasn't like, let's put them down. Like, I was already, I hung with them every fucking day. Like, I sold drugs with them every fucking day. So that's how, I became part of the, that whole KMD movement.
So basically, you was in the right place at the right time, and everything worked out. You was already fam, you was already down, and so basically it was just a natural elevational flow for you to go ahead and dip in and do your thing and whatnot. A lot of people don't know, unless you're from the neighborhood, that KMD came out of the drug culture in the early 90s. And it evolved from there. Their membership at the time was very large, and it's dwindled down some, but the people that are rapping now are true heads. And so we'll go ahead with the interview. The next question here is what was the scene like in the early 90s? Who was rocking it hard back then? And, was it easy for you to rack paint and get your supplies and do your thing? I mean, you find it harder today to get down? Or
I still rack paint to this day, like real rap. Like, I don't buy paint. Like, I might, sometimes I might do a piece of bark and Wrecker and all of them. And, they might, the Montana thing, you can't really rack them. So, I might toss a couple dollars on Montana, but to this day I rack paint. Like, today I was racking paint. I still go to Home Depot and rack my paint. Like, I feel as though racking paint is part of the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, you rack your paint, you know what I'm saying? You throw your bummiest shit on, you blend in with the motherfucking dope fiends, and you go out there and you do what you gotta do, and you represent for what you stand for, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all about loyalty, man. Loyalty before royalty, man. Like, if it ain't about you and your squad, man, like, fuck everybody else. It's about me and my squad. So I feel as though, that's how I do it, man. I rep for what I stand for, my squad. Half of my niggas ain't writing no more. Like, we was 53 strong. But, niggas get old. Niggas get, you know what I'm saying? Niggas stop writing. But the niggas that are repping it, we still making sure that shit ain't gonna die, and we gonna keep it going. Like my nigga Nace, my brother Nace came, you know what I'm saying? We got new heads in the squad, like we got men, and Sizer be doing things here and there, but me and Kane and Nace gonna make sure that shit never die out. And that's basically where it's at with it.
Do you have any got a good story for us, something that you might have done back in the days with the crew, back when y'all was deep, or something that stands out in your memory to this day?
I mean, a lot of shit that would incriminate myself that niggas wouldn't believe, but my favorite story was when we stomped the shit out of KL in front and with Smalling. Yeah, KL, You remember that shit? He was hating because Rakan was writing with Daisy. And I'm talking about, dog, we went in there like 20 strong deep and stumped the shit out of him. Even though it ain't about no problems, like, shout outs to the ball, like, I really don't give a fuck. I don't even know the ball, but that was a fucking hell of a story, you know what I'm saying? And I got more, you know what I'm saying, but some of them, I don't speak about it, but, you know. And going back on the early 90s, man, like, I used to love Graph, man. Like, I remember, man, in the early 90s, man, Graph was Graph, man. Like, I used to love to drive around and just see a cadism tag or, you know, a motherfucking duck tag, you know what I'm saying? Old heads that was doing a thing, man, and that's what I'm liking about the game right now, because a lot of old heads are starting to come out, you know what I'm saying? And the game needs that right now, because the buff is definitely out here. So we need them real OGs to come back out here and start doing wickets. Because if you really think about it, in United States, man, Philly is so unique. We the only motherfucking city that do wickets. Like, this shit ain't even a wicket. I consider that shit a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you go anywhere in the United States, man, and they got different styles and all of that, but you ain't never gonna see a wicket till you come to Philly.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. You know, another question I want to ask, everybody, like, you know, to touch on what you just said, Philly's known for its hand styles. You know, we the creators of the wicket, we the creators of a lot of different hand styles. A lot of people like to debate on hand styles. What's your stance on Philly hand styles, and which one is your favorite one to execute when you go out and do your thing?
Well, you know, to touch on that, man, like, back in the day, man, you used to be able to tell where a writer was from. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in the day, like, you could tell if a writer was from West Philly, if a writer was from North Philly, if a writer was from here, from there, by their style. Now I feel as though that a lot of writers bit a lot of people's styles. You know what I'm saying? Like, KMD, we all, if you really look at KMD shit, we all kind of write alike.
Yeah, KMD has their own style. Yeah, especially with the ease and all that. Yeah.
And a lot of young bulls grow up and everybody want to do a stiff hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit, it's evolutional, because, like, all that shit gets passed down. Because, like, that shit really came from HMK. Like, Kraft, Serious, Wicked, like, they taught my peoples, you know what I'm saying? My peoples taught me. So, you know, shit got stepped down. But now, I see your name on the wall, and I can't tell you whether that motherfucker from North, from West, from South, because they biting RCP shit, they biting KMD shit, they biting everybody that's out here doing it big. But, you know, we just gotta, these young bulls just gotta, you know, just, every block got an old head, man. Like, these young bulls need to stop being big-headed and just, you know, be open-minded, man, and try to learn before you come out. I see a lot of bullshit out there, and, you know, if you're gonna go out there and put the time to put your name on the wall, at least practice it before you come out. Because I see a lot of chicken scratch, even though a lot of these jumbos could be doing a lot better, man, if they practice, man. Like, you got to practice before you come out.